I have heard so many people say that there is no God. I have heard so many people say that miracle don't exist. If you think that miracle don't exist or that there is no God, I want you to come closer. Can you see this picture I am showing you? Do you notice what happened in this picture I am showing you guys today? Okay, for those that don't understand the picture, this is a picture of California, a church in California. According to the news that have been trending for days on the social media, and it is still trending today, California, CA and Los Angeles are on fire, widespread fire. You know, it normally comes every year. It also happened in Switzerland, but this year it started with California, the United States of America. For some days, there has been a wildfire. In fact, if you have been to California before, for those that have been to California, so many places, so many cities, so many locations that you know in California, if you return back to California today, you will be surprised that none of them is existing. Everywhere have been gutted away by fire. But if you look at the picture that is now trending on the social media that I am showing you now, you are going to notice something. The church is the only structure that is standing. Can you see this picture? The church is the only structure that is standing. There is something that have been trending on the social media for years. Have you noticed that the Westerners are no longer going to church? Have you noticed that? If you go to the Western world today, the US, the UK, and so on and so forth, they don't attend masses again. They no longer go to churches again. In fact, there was one that amazed me so much the other day. I was going through the Facebook, I noticed that a church, it was a Catholic church, was converted to a marketplace, a bar. It was divided. You know the way they divide bar, the way they divide, if you have been to hotel, the way they divide it, you have bar, you have spa, you have restaurant, Chinese bar, and so on. That was the way they divided the church. I think it was a Catholic church. If it's not a Catholic church, it is an Orthodox church. They divided it in such a way that they have bar here, they have a spa, they have a Chinese something, and so on and so forth, in a church of God, in a place that is consecrated, in a place where God is worshipped, in a place where we keep the blessed sacrament, in a place where people gather to give thanksgiving, to worship God, to praise God. That is a place that we now converted to a marketplace. We all remembered what happened in the Bible when they turned the church of God to a market where they do buy and selling. And when Christ entered, he saw what was happening. He was annoyed. How can you turn a church of God into a marketplace? Talk less of what I saw on the Facebook the other day. A church was turned into a restaurant, a bar. How can you do this? This is a church of God. In fact, what happened in California is like a warning. What happened in California is more like a warning. God is warning you and me, everybody, Africans, Americans, Westerners. God is warning us that we should not joke with him and things of God. How can you turn a church, to a marketplace? Just look at what happened here. The only building that is standing is the church of God. It is telling us that we must fear God and things about God. If you have noticed what is happening today in the Western world, in America and so many places, you are going to see that there is a decrease in the priests of God, in pastors and so on from the Western world today. Now we send pastors, we send reverend fathers, priests and so on from Nigeria, from Africa to the Western world because they don't go to church again. They no longer go to church. I heard so many people saying that we should convert church time to factory time. I was amazed. How can you say such a thing? I heard so many people saying that we should do more of going to work, going to factory industry, that the amount of time that we give God is too much. I was surprised. How can we be saying such? Yes, I know that you should worship God, and I also know that you should work so that you can eat. But God's time is God's time. It is not even like what is happening in the Western world today, because what is happening there is calamity. I am telling you, they don't even go to church because they believe that everything is working for them. Because they believe that they have everything. They have lights, they have security, they have food, they have this, they have that. That is why today in the Western world, they don't go to churches again. They have converted church places to a market, to bar, to restaurant, to all manners of things. And God is not happy. What happened in California that you see this church standing is a warning. God is trying to warn Americans and their likes that He is not happy with what is happening with the Church of God. The Church of God is a place that is consecrated. It's a sacred place. It's a place where sacred things are kept. It's a place where we all gather together to glorify God. It is not just a place where you can just come and do buy and sell and go. It is not a place where you do all manners of sin, manners of nonsense and so on. That is what God is trying to tell us. Imagine all the buildings in California around these pictures I'm showing you. All of them went down. If I am from California, the next thing I will do is I will look for a church nearby. I will go and confess to God. I will go back to God, because what God has done in California is a miracle. For those that are saying that there is no miracle, for those that are saying that there is no God, what happened in California is to warn you guys, is to tell you guys that God exists. You can't fight God. You cannot come and challenge God. That is what God is telling them in California today. For those that have ear, for those that can listen, God is calling upon everybody that He still exists. He is the same today, tomorrow, and the future. That is what God is telling Californians, the whites, the Westerners, Americans, Africans, everybody. Don't joke with the things of God. Imagine if those strong buildings built with iron, built with silver and gold can go down because of flames of fire, and the church is standing. What miracle do you need again to tell you that God exists? What do you need again to prove to you that things of God should be things of God? That we should never joke with things about God. My great listeners, you've seen what happened in California. In case you are trying to convert the church that is near or closer to you to a business center, in case you are part of those people patronizing those that are converting church places to bar, restaurant and so on, what happened in California is a warning to you guys. God exists and miracles do happen. If all the strong structures built with gold, silver, iron and so on can go down as a result of the wildfire in California, and only one structure, the church, is standing, this is a warning. This is a sign. Guys, this is where I'm going to stop. What do you think about what happened in California? Drop a comment for me. Thank you.